Hello to my friends in the crypto garden. Gosh, I look how I feel. I want to try something a little bit different. I'm going to do a in the field recording. I just wanted to share with you guys sort of how I've been using TradingView in these moments when people are making predictions or calling out coins that are movers. I just want to show you how I operate. So great example today. This morning, people were talking about Sushi. Sushi's waking up. Sushi's about to make moves. So the first thing that I do is I hop on TradingView. See if I can get to it here. So I come into TradingView. Let me get back in this landscape mode. And there's not a lot of real estate on the screen, especially in this landscape kind of mode. But basically what I like to do is I like to get in here and I like to see, all right, so Sushi's woken up. I want to look at a big enough time frame that I can understand what that means from a big perspective. So if I look at that, I can see that, let me just zoom in on this chart alone. So from our previous high to our previous swing low, I've drawn these Fibonacci retracements, and I can kind of see that Sushi is right now, as we speak, reaching the lower bounds of that 0.618 channel. And that is, I call it the golden pocket, the area where there's a lot of resistance, a lot of support. Once it breaks through that resistance, and it's really that launch pad where once things cross that 0.618 and then exit that 0.786, that's really where they've got support for a big move to the upside. So this is a great opportunity here to get into Sushi before it takes off. It hasn't really got through here yet, but anything can happen, especially when we're reaching these big resistance areas. So I expect when we reach a resistance like that on a smaller time frame, we're going to see some going down in price before we go up. So if we jump into the 24-minute chart here, each of these candles is now 24 minutes. You can kind of see what I'm talking about. We reached that 0.618 and we bounced down. And so if I'm looking to scoop up some Sushi, I want to know, when is the best time to get it? Because it always sort of sucks when you put money in and then you watch your initial money in go down for the first couple hours or days if you're not paying attention to this. So if I go back now to my other tools here, we've got the momentum oscillator on the bottom. We've got market flow here in the middle. So now I'm looking at timing a potential entry here. So I'm going to give myself a little bit more space. And so this is the 24-minute. We just got a green buy dot on Market Cipher. You can see there. Let's look maybe on the hourly. What is Sushi going to do in the next hour? We're kind of still potentially dropping, it looks like. The momentum is still going down, but it's also a sign that it might be reversing because we're below the purple in that oversold kind of area. People are taking their profits at that 618. Let's take a look at maybe the 4-hour chart. So we're kind of high into the overbought area on a 4-hour timeline, and we've got the potential that we might have a little bit more down before we get back up and retest that 618. So typically what I find is when I'm looking at these charts, I'm really excited for the overall story, and I believe in the great minds that we have in the crypto garden. I just want to make sure that I'm timing this right so that I'm not moving out of an asset that might be moving stronger relative to this asset, especially in the short term, just trying to find that great entry. So the other thing is if I'm looking at moving something out of a current stack that I have, so right now I've got a lot of ADA kind of on the sideline. I've really been waiting for that to take off. It's one of those larger market cap coins, just kind of being a pig, going slow, taking its sweet time. But when it goes, I hope that it really goes. So I want to see if I'm actually looking at moving some ADA into Sush. What is that going to do for me? So one of the things I can hopefully do, but not likely, is there a ADA to Sushi. Nope. Okay, so when you're comparing these altcoins, it's a little bit harder to find direct comparisons. But what we can do is we can come in here. Let's go to BTC USD, and now let's add some comparisons. This is just sort of my base chart. It doesn't even really matter what it is. I just need something against US dollars. And now I'm going to add Sushi. And let's add Sushi to USD. I'm not even really concerned about what exchange it's on right now. I just want to see kind of relative. And let's add ADA. And we'll add ADA USD. Great. So now on my chart here, oops, let's see if we can. This is really hard on the phone in the sun. Where did my comparisons go? Oh, there we go. Now we added it. And let's look at ADA. Cool, we had a double tap. All right, so now when I go back to this chart, we're gonna be looking at percentage. And we can see ADA is the blue and Sushi is the red. And this is a very big time frame. Let's get to more of a, let's look at like a 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour, ADA is the blue, Sushi is the red, and we are, oh, there we go. What's it trying to do here? It's harder to move around these charts once they're in the percentage. That's probably the best look we're gonna get. So Sushi being the red, ADA being the blue. We have, yeah, we've got kind of this leg up happening with Sushi. You can kind of see that retracement that I was talking about, just that little finger. Let's actually zoom even closer. Let's go to the 1 hour. And we can see that both ADA and Sush have kind of hit this little downtrend momentarily. Structurally, though, we can kind of see on the Sushi chart, even though this is a percentage chart, I can see that structure. I can see where we're getting back up to that Fibonacci pocket, and percentage-wise, we're kind of testing that resistance. Whereas with ADA, we're kind of up above that, and now we are consolidating sideways. So this is not the clearest indicator of whether I want to jump from one into the next yet. And so what I think I'm going to do, this is what I often do, is I would like to kind of catch that breakout on Sushi. So let's just go back to the Sushi chart. And let me turn off these other comparisons. Boop. Boop. Okay, so let's see. Let's get back to a 4-hour. So we're kind of on our way down here. I'm seeing that there's some support that's probably going to start setting up right around in here, which we might already be at. So $16.75 is probably a really great entry point to catch this bounce. And even though we might have some kind of zigzaggy action as we enter this Fibonacci pocket, this is a really great place to enter into Sushi. So I am going to just see what's the price right now. 1703. So we've actually kind of wicked down below that. Oh no, 1675 is what I had said, right? Yeah. Yeah, you know, I mean, this is one of those places where we're kind of right before a big show. We haven't quite broken through yet. I might just kind of track this bounce over the next couple hours and see if we do get a reversal. I mean, it is splitting hairs if we're looking at between these two prices, you know, actually catching it on this bounce versus catching it a little bit more into this pocket. I mean, we are talking, you know, 10, 11%. So this might actually be a move that I make just probably not with a huge position, but maybe just building, you know, a few $1,000s in sushi to see if we can't catch some 10, you know, if we actually look at the targets here, you know, we're just getting back to all-time high. We're looking at, from right now, we would be looking at a 41% gain getting back to all-time high. And if we do that, our next targets are up here in these higher fibs. But we actually have the potential now, picking up a position in sushi. If this actually does a full extension, you know, we're looking at 167% to the 2.618. We're looking at 50% to the 3.618. And if we actually, you know, extend out of this fib pocket, we're looking at 300% gains. So that's pretty exciting. That's more than we're likely to see from some of the large cap coins. So this might actually be something that I kind of look at and make a move on. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that. I wanted you to see my thought process, and when someone is calling a coin and saying what they think it's going to do, this is generally the process that I follow. I hop into TradingView. I want to understand it on the large time frame. I want to understand on the small time frame. I don't want to buy it and then have a better buying opportunity come in 6 hours. So that is kind of my method, the method to the madness. So I hope you enjoy these little in the field videos. Oh, I need, there we go. That's a little better. But yeah, until next time, cheers, y'all.